Last night, millions of YouTube channels vanished. Almost all had something in common: mass-produced AI content built for easy money. Over 1/5 of shorts are now labeled AI slop, and the crackdown is just beginning. But as platforms declare war, the real story is not just about who is getting banned. It is about who escapes, who profits, and whether the internet can survive the AI slop wars. On YouTube, the numbers are staggering. A recent analysis found that more than 1 in 5 shorts recommended to brand new users, 21%, are now classified as AI slop. That is over 100 out of every 500 videos, all churned out with little more than a prompt and a click. The problem is not just isolated to one region. In South Korea, 11 trending AI channels racked up 8.45 billion views. Pakistan's top AI slop channels reached 5.34 billion. In the United States, a single AI-driven channel, Cuentos Fascinantes, pulled in nearly 6 million subscribers with nothing but AI-generated Dragon Ball Z clips. Spain's Imperio de Jesus, running AI shorts about Jesus in oddball scenarios, crossed 5.5 million subscribers. India's Bandarna D hit over 1 billion views and an estimated $4 million in annual earnings. It is not just the giants. Behind every viral channel, thousands more sprang up around the world, each hoping to cash in. The formula was simple. Copy-paste a trending prompt, let an AI write the script and narrate, slap on a generated thumbnail, and upload, sometimes dozens of times a day. The result? Content pollution at a scale the internet has never seen. On other platforms, the flood only grew. Reddit saw AI bot accounts multiplying by over 1,000%. Entire subreddits reduced to bots talking to bots. X, formerly Twitter, became a playground for AI reply spam. Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing faced such a deluge of AI-written books that human authorship declarations became mandatory. For every early winner, there were thousands more who joined late, hoping for a quick payout. Some call them bag holders, left holding worthless channels when the hammer came down. Late 2022 brought a quiet revolution. ChatGPT landed, and for the first time, anyone could generate a full video script in seconds, no writing skill required. Early 2023, 11 Labs made synthetic voices sound eerily real, no more awkward text-to-speech. Midjourney and Dolly followed, churning out thumbnails and images that looked handcrafted. Then Runway and Pika unlocked AI video generation, letting creators stitch together entire productions with a few clicks. This chain of tools formed the backbone of the new content pipeline. The steps were brutally simple. Type a trending prompt into ChatGPT, copy the output, paste it into 11 Labs for instant narration. Grab visuals from Midjourney or a stock footage library and upload to YouTube. Repeat, sometimes 50 times a day. No camera, no microphone, no editing suite, just a browser and a credit card. At the heart of this system were creators who saw the writing on the wall. Some pivoted early, swapping faceless uploads for original commentary or on-camera presence. Others doubled down, scaling up with automation scripts and virtual assistants. The pipeline made it possible for a single person or a small team to flood the internet with more content in a week than a traditional studio could manage in a year. By mid-2023, the tipping point was clear. The barrier to entry had collapsed. The gold rush was on, and the platforms, still playing catch-up, watched as AI-powered channels multiplied at breakneck speed. Advertisers started sounding the alarm when their brands began showing up alongside AI-generated junk. Executives at major agencies flooded YouTube with complaints. They asked why their clients' advertisements were running on videos with no clear author, no oversight, and no guarantee of accuracy. In internal tests, brand safety teams found that up to 80% of search results for trending topics were dominated by near-identical AI videos, barely distinguishable from each other, sometimes uploaded by the same content farm under different names. One search for World War II history returned 500 shorts, all using the same script, synthetic narration, and recycled visuals. The problem was not just quantity. Recommendations fed users a steady diet of AI-generated listicles, fake news roundups, and uncanny kids animations. In the comments, bots replied to bots, creating the illusion of engagement while real communities vanished. For advertisers, the risk multiplied. Inflated view counts, but rock-bottom watch times, and almost no genuine interaction. Premium brands began to pull budgets, demanding guarantees their advertisements would not appear on AI Slop. Some threatened to leave the platform entirely, echoing the brand safety crisis of 2017, when advertisements ran on extremist content. Inside YouTube, the pressure mounted. Monetization payouts flowed to channels with no human oversight. Real creators complained that they were being buried by spam, unable to compete with the volume and speed of AI uploads. The threat was clear. If platforms did not act, they risked losing both their audience and their advertisers. The stage was set for a technical purge. November 2024 brought a new rule. Every creator uploading to YouTube had to disclose if their video used AI-generated voices or visuals. The policy seemed simple: a checkbox in the upload process and a label for viewers. But as the months passed, enforcement lagged. Channels continued to churn out synthetic content, sometimes dozens of uploads a day. Then, in early 2025, the platform's posture changed overnight. Accounts vanished in bulk. Almost 3 million channels were terminated between January and March, with no warning, no grace period, and no second chances. Detection was not just about reading the metadata. Automated systems swept through uploads, scanning for patterns that only machines could spot. Identical scripts across dozens of channels, voice prints with telltale synthetic markers, and upload schedules that never slept. Channels pushing 10 or more videos per day landed on internal watch lists. If engagement numbers looked suspicious, thousands of views but barely any comments or likes, the system flagged the account for review. Some creators received a terse notification that their channel had been terminated for spam and deceptive practices. For those caught in the dragnet, the appeals process offered little hope. Submitting a ticket led to a generic response, often citing violations without specifics. Even creators who used AI tools ethically, adding commentary and editing by hand, found their channels wiped out with the rest. Months of work, gone in seconds. Payments held back, audiences lost. The message was clear. If the system thought you were automating, you were out. The human cost of the purge was not measured in views or dollars, but in creators waking up to find their digital livelihoods erased. At the top of the food chain sat the course sellers and tool affiliates. These were the people who never bothered with uploading AI slop themselves. They just sold the dream. Their earnings dwarfed everyone else. Some raked in $5 to $20 million, cashing in on the hype by promising easy riches to anyone with a credit card. Below them, the early adopters, those who jumped in when the tools first dropped, quietly pocketed six figures, sometimes more, before the crackdown. They built channels, cashed out, and moved on to selling tutorials of their own. At the bottom, the bag holders. They bought the courses, invested in subscriptions, and launched their channels just as the band started rolling in. Their profits vanished overnight, leaving them with nothing but receipts. In the AI slop economy, the real money was made selling shovels, not digging for gold. Three paths now compete to define what comes next. Some platforms are moving toward walled gardens, demanding proof of humanity for every upload and locking out anonymous automation. Others seem ready to surrender, letting AI-generated content flood the feed until only the most persistent users bother to filter the noise. A third group is gambling on hybrid solutions with clear AI labels, strict requirements for human input, and entire categories set aside for synthetic media. None of these futures is stable. As new models like GPT-5 and advanced voice clones grow harder to detect, the line between human and machine blurs. Detection systems strain to keep up, and every new policy risks leaving both creators and platforms exposed. The outcome remains wide open, with every side watching for the next move. Right now, 1 in 5 recommended YouTube videos is AI slop, and the lines between human and algorithm are blurring fast. As platforms fight to preserve value, the real test is just beginning. In the end, only content with a soul will stand out. What do you think comes next?